Barcelona 5, Elche 0. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Here's my review of today's game. Wow, what a way to start the season. I mean, you can't really ask for more. Do we really need a striker, guys? That's the main question I'm asking myself after this game. Obviously, that's been the big question mark going into the season in preseason 2. Hums has been playing at striker, and we'll be looking at Julian Alvarez. A lot of drama going on with him at the moment. I'm sure we'll talk about that soon, but yeah, just incredible stuff, guys. First of all, I want to start with the lineup. This was not what I expected to see. So I'm from Australia, right? And basically all the Barcelona games are on like really early in the morning. Today was at 5:30, and when I woke up and saw this lineup, I was so confused. I started like making sure I was actually looking at the right thing. But yeah, if you look at it, we had Xavi Espart at left back, which I did not expect at all. Gavi and Bernal, I didn't see that coming. I thought Bernal would start, but I thought Espart would start in midfield. But obviously, the whole issue with Alejandro Balde is probably the reason why that's sort of happened. And then yeah, Rafinha, striker, and Adeyemi starting too. I honestly thought Gordon would start, and I thought, Rafinha would start, and Hamza would probably get the go as well. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Interesting stuff. But at the end of the day, we got the job done. 5-0 win. Absolutely amazing start to the season. And there's a few things we need to talk about. First of all, I kind of alluded to it earlier on, but do we need a 9? Because I've got to say, guys, Hansi Flick, what he's managed to do with this team is absolutely incredible. The way that he's managed to make this team play absolutely free-flowing football, this is not our starting team. We have heaps of key players out. Rodri, Pedri didn't start. Kubasi's out. Cancelo didn't play either. And you've also got Lamine Yamal, who had a bit of a shocker. Not a shocker, I'd say, but for his standards, obviously not something that he'd expect to, play. He could have played a bit better. So you have a lot of players out at the moment, not our starting team, not our strongest team, and we still managed to put together a 5-goal result. That is incredible for the team and incredible for Hansi Flick. And you can even see in the statistics as well, right? If you go across to the stats, like this was just pure domination from the lads here. 4.38 expected goals against 0.7. Possession, not that big of a difference, but I do have to say Elche are one of the highest possession-based teams. They were the same last season too. So, if they actually get 54% against Elche is pretty decent. They normally have more possession in their games. But yeah, guys, 11 shots, 7 on target. Like, big chances, 9. That's just incredible. Accurate passes, just, we deserve to win this game, and it was absolutely emphatic. And I'm just over the moon. But yeah, do we need a number 9, guys? Because obviously, Rafinha started there today, and he actually played pretty good. I'm not going to lie. He moved me. That's another thing I want to talk about, right? One of my main things that I think we learned from today's game. Rafinha is him. This is the version of Rafinha that almost won the Ballon d'Or, that I think should have won the Ballon d'Or over Dembele. Hot take, but I think he was that guy in 2024, 2025. That season in the Champions League, in the league, every competition, Rafinha was him. And today, that is the version of Rafinha that we saw. Incredible performance, guys. Not only was it down to the 2 goals that he scored, but other than that, his movement, his passion, his pressing, this is what we want from our Barcelona captain. He is the man for us. And yeah, his goals too, obviously, 9.4 rating, most chances, most joint touches in the box, won a beautiful penalty as well for him to get the penalty. People are going to say, oh, it's a penalty, but he won the penalty, and at the end of the day, his second goal, absolutely amazing finish, guys. I don't think people realize the composure on that. He took the touch, he opened up his body to send the keeper the wrong way, and he ended up, scoring the other direction in the goal. Incredible finish. That is absolutely top tier clinical finishing. Could have had hat-trick too, because he did kind of fumble a chance that Lamine Yamal had, which leads you on to Lamine Yamal. Not his best performance. I think he still played all right, but you can tell he's still not fully fit. He looked a bit angry when he got subbed off as well. I think that's just him, talk about his standards and that sort of stuff too. He's 19 years old, guys. He's going to be an absolutely amazing player. Obviously, nothing really needs to be said about him. But yeah, moving back to the game, guys. It's just so many things to talk about here. I'm just overwhelmed with how many goals he scored and how good we played. I didn't expect it. If you look at this lineup before the game, you'd be worried maybe Elche can get something out of this game. Maybe we'll win 1-0, win by a goal, a 90-minute goal like Madrid, but we actually got the job done. It was incredible. And one of the main things I want to highlight too, another thing that we learned is our new signings are incredible. They are perfect for Hansi Flick's system, guys. First of all, Karim Adeyemi. I'm not going to lie, the first 15-20 minutes was a bit suspect. He didn't look as good as he looked in preseason, but after that, he got the job done. He scored his goal, very well taken. Once again, good assist from Rafinha as well. Good, build up for Lamine Yamal to get to that point as well. Just Adeyemi, he's so quick. Honestly, he might be one of the quickest players I've ever seen on a football pitch. He is incredible. And that's the thing too. Obviously, leading on to another player who was a new signing who I think had an amazing performance, Anthony Gordon. 2 assists in 6 minutes. Your first 6 minutes as an official Barcelona player, and you get 2 assists, right? First of all, the first assist, beautiful. Like, very well done. Just, high IQ, good weight of the pass, very well done. But guys, the second assist, that is what a Barcelona player is all about. That is what it is. Like, playing for the team, playing for the badge. You're not playing for yourself. Anthony Gordon, that was absolutely amazing. And that is exactly what he needed to do to win the fans over. Like, if you think about it, guys, him passing that ball to Firmino, the easy sweat, that's going to pay him back in the future by a lot. Now the players know that he plays for the team. Next time that happens and Anthony Gordon's the one on the receiving end, they're going to pass to him because they know that he does the same thing, that he's not selfish. And that, I think, is such an amazing thing to already establish one game into the season. And for both our signings too, I've just got to say, the pressure that would be off their shoulders now, having both contributed in their first game, they don't have to worry about, having that dock in the back of not scoring or not assisting in the first few games and trying to get that, rust off the shelf. They're already there and they've already got the job done. And I think, just in general, guys, like, it's just so scary to think about what this team could be. And sort of leading back to what I said about the striker situation, right? Do we really need a number 9? Like, obviously it'd be great, but like, look at PSG. They don't have an out-and-out number 9. Dembele's in playing striker. Rafinha could be that guy. And just think about the setup of our team, right? We have runners like Rafinha, Adeyemi, and Gordon in our squad. Like, just think about that. 3 of the absolute fastest players in the world right now. Love getting in behind, really quick, just counter-attacking football. And behind them, you've got Pedri, Rodri, Lamine Yamal. Like, more players, obviously, Kubasi, Eric Garcia. These are all players that are absolute masters at playing a long ball and playing the ball through. Their passing is top tier. So giving those players, like Rodri, Pedri, for example, we're probably going to play every game together. Having Rafinha, Gordon, Adeyemi all running in behind, that's going to be incredible for the attack and for the team. And I think it just goes back to how good Hansi Flick has his team set up right now, guys. I think personally the 2024-25 season was better than the last season that's just gone by. I think one of the reasons why is because I think in that first season we were a lot more direct and we were a lot better at counter-attacking football. I think we lost that a little bit last season, potentially to do with Rafinha being out for a lot of it. But I think now, guys, like, we have the profiles and the backups to be able to play that high-intensity counter-attacking football. Even if, God forbid, Rafinha goes down, let's say, you got Anthony Gordon there who plays a similar style. We don't lose out on that high-intensity, high-pressing running in behind. Same with Adeyemi as well. Adeyemi also helps because there is a potential for Hansi Flick to play a front 3 of Adeyemi, Gordon, and Rafinha, right? If Lamine Yamal gets subbed off, has some rest, or Lamine Yamal moves to the centre, either playing, number 10, you can have all 3 runners across the front line or running in behind. The options are unlimited with this team, and I think that's the most impressive thing about this result and what we've learned. I think this elevates the team to another level. I think because now not only are we masters in possession, which we're definitely going to see when Rodri starts playing, but the ability to also be such a good team at counter-attacking, direct plays, only needing 1 or 2 passes to get through in behind on goal, our high pressing, I think this is just incredible. And just to give some praise to the backline too, I want to talk about as well, guys. This backline is they played amazing today. First of all, Gerard Martin, once again impressing. He's just incredible. Like, he's so underrated for how good he actually is. All the memes at the start, when he first started playing, everyone calling him Maldini, has actually ended up working out right, because he literally is playing like Maldini at the moment. Incredible performance once again. Christensen, please stay fit, man. Like, I was really skeptical when they renewed his contract because, all the injury issues, but if he stays fit, he could actually be an important player for us. Kubasi's not there, but it doesn't matter. Like, these guys all did well. Eric Garcia, once again, in my opinion, our most important player last season, along with Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, obviously, Pedri. I think Eric Garcia was such a big part of us last season, playing any position. At the end of the day, he played the most minutes out of anyone last season. I think we're going to see that again this year. He's going to be playing every single game as long as he's fit. I really hope he is. His transformation's been incredible. And guys, leading on to my other main thing I want to talk about what we learned from this game. Xavi Espar is serious. This is a baller. Think about this, right? He went into this season as a right back, playing the youth academy as a right back. Comes in the preseason, starts playing midfield, absolutely impresses in the preseason as a midfielder. If you go across to some of his games here and his results, look at these. Oh, this is actually some of his older games. Let me have a quick look if we've got some season. No. Spewing. I was hoping they would have put down some of the preseason games in here, but guys, he went into the preseason playing midfield every single game, and he impressed a lot. He was one of my favourite players in preseason, and I thought he would start today in midfield. But not only did he not start in midfield, He didn't start in his preferred right back position. He started as a left back, somewhere he's never played before, and he put in an absolute clinic there, guys. First of all, defensive contributions, he was amazing. I'm pretty sure he ended up getting like 13 defensive contributions, if I remember correctly. How do you get onto defensive stats here? I'm not sure if they actually have it on here. Yeah, 13 defensive contributions. Incredible. But then the attack, guys, the way he was moving, he got an assist, beautiful assist, by the way. A few other good chances, set up the first goal for the penalty as well. Just so many good moments. Like, he's actually serious. Hansi Flick compared him to Philipp Lahm at the start of preseason, and I can totally see why. He can play anywhere. He's such an intelligent footballer, technically gifted. He's going to be serious for us moving forward this season. Like, with Balde leaving, is it really that bad? Because we have Xavi Esparti. That's what I'm saying. Like, I never thought I'd be saying that, but he's just come in and basically cemented himself as Eric Garcia 2.0, I think. No disrespect to either one of those plays, but I mean, like, in the sense of he can play anywhere. Right back, left back, CDM. I wouldn't be surprised if he can play centre back either, considering how talented he is. But yeah, amazing performance from him. And I mean, just speaking of that too, like, the other main takeaway from this game that I think is really important for us, because we struggled with this a lot the last few seasons, our depth is incredible. We have one of the best squad depths in Europe right now. If you don't think so, you're incorrect. I'm sorry. Like, the fact that we put out this team today and we bought out players on the bench with the quality of Pedri, Olmo, Gordon, Cancelo, Koundé as well. Koundé was one of the best right backs in the world 18 months ago. Like, this bench right here, which doesn't include Kubasi and Rodri, like, it's just incredible. And De Jong, I forgot about De Jong as well. Guys, I can't believe it. I'm so excited. We have such a promising squad. If we can really get everyone together, everyone stay fit, moving well, we can honestly do something crazy in Europe this season. I think, I'm putting a bold prediction right now, based off this one game alone, I think we'll win the Champions League. I think we'll win the treble. I know it's so early to say that, but I'm so convinced by just watching us play football today, considering the players we had on the field. Like, this wasn't anywhere near our strongest lineup. Our players are still coming off preseason, still unfit, still not sharp, and we're putting in a performance like this. It's incredible. And before I end off this video, guys, I just want to talk about a few more plays individually. First of all, Gavi, man, so sad. I really hope he's okay. Like, it's getting to a point where if this is a serious injury, like, could this be the end of Gavi? As much as I hate to say it, like, it's so hard because he's such an important player for us. I love Gavi. He's one of my favourite Barcelona players, but he can't keep getting injured. I'm not going to lie, he was pretty suspect in the game as well. Lost possession a lot of times. It doesn't say so in the stats, but watching the game in my eyes, he lost possession a lot of the times. He was a bit untidy. I guess it's the start of the season, so it's not that bad. But yeah, but now I thought he did well. Not the most brilliant performance, but did what he had to do. Very, very assured as usual, growing very nicely, especially with Roger coming in. I'm sure he'll pick up a lot of experience from that. And then, man, Fermin Lopez, I didn't speak about him earlier. This guy is serious. Like, people asked me before, who was the best number 10 in the world last season? A lot of people saying Bruno Fernandes, which I get because of the whole, Premier League record, assists and stuff. But in my opinion, Fermin Lopez was the best 10 in the world last season. And I think he's the best 10 in the world right now. He is a serious footballer, guys. That second goal he scored was incredible. He looks so sharp already for only just coming off preseason. It's so sad to think that he didn't win the World Cup with the Spanish players. Like, he would have been such a big part of that Spanish team winning as well, and they would have easily got across the line with Fermin Lopez there as well. Like, it's just crazy to think about. He deserves the World Cup, and I'm sure that he's going to take that fire and put it in this season. Like, guys, look at this. Expected goals 1.0, expected goals on target. Like, incredible performance. He is just that guy. 2 defensive contributions as well. Pretty good for an attacking midfielder. Like, he's incredible. But yeah, like, this is just such an amazing game, guys. Garcia obviously did well as well, kept the clean sheet, very, very good. And yeah, it's just so crazy to think that we have this squad after what we dealt with the last few years. If you've been a Barcelona fan for the last, 15 years or so, we just came off our worst period before Hansi Flick. Ronald Koeman ball, Oriol Romeu, like, that whole period was just terrible. And to see that we now have a team like this, where I genuinely think we can win the Champions League, is incredible to think about. But yeah, quick little touch on Elche. I thought they did alright today. I think the first half was not too bad. They actually were still in the game. I think they could have maybe got something and they scored a bit earlier on. But at the end of the day, like, the difference in quality is just immense. Like, respect to Elche, I do, really enjoy and respect how they actually want to play football and play a high line, not just sitting back and carrying back like a lot of teams in the Liga do. So respect to them. I wish them all the best for the season. But yeah, at the end of the day, Barcelona is just a better team. And with Rafinha up front as the captain, anything's possible, guys. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you for listening to my video. I'm going to be doing the reviews for every single game. We've got a few coming up. We're playing on I think Saturday morning as well, or Friday morning in Australia here, and then again in like a couple of days after. So I think it's 3 games in like 8 days, which is quite crazy. So yeah, but anyway, guys, yeah, check out my social media. I post a lot of TikToks and Instagrams as well on my accounts. I do a lot of like short reviews of these sort of games. So I put up a 3-minute version of my review on TikTok and Instagram. So yeah, it's at AidenJBC9 and at AidenFCB. I'm sure it'll be in the description and stuff, but yeah. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the support. If you guys are enjoying this content, please let me know, like, subscribe, share this around. I'm going to try and stick to this every single game, no matter what, and just talk about other stuff that happened too. But yeah. Also, before I finish, the very last thing I want to say, do I think Balde should leave? I don't know. I'm a bit undecided about it. I think that I love Balde. He's an important player. He's from La Masia. It's very good. But if Hansi Flick thinks he's not giving 100%, I think he's in his rights to tell Balde to leave. That's just my opinion. Anyway, thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.